relationship building. You want to build relationships with any institution, especially financial institution that you want to get involved with. With Navy Federal, I'm gonna go right to the elephant in the room. They love direct deposit. So I wanted you to put that in the back of your mind when we go.
What do you feel is Navy Federal's secret approval formula? And I know it may not be a secret to you, but for some people, they probably think like, man, I just can't seem to get approved, or how are you able to get approved all the time?
Okay, so we're gonna talk about from my perspective, because my perspective is probably like a lot of you guys out there. When I first got into Navy Federal, I didn't have the longest credit history at the time. I didn't have the greatest credit score at the time. But what I did was a process, right? If you have a 800, 850 credit score, no dings on your credit, go ahead and apply. Just go ahead and apply. You most likely can get approved for any credit card. Now, on the other hand, if you're somebody who relates to what I just spoke about myself, we're gonna do it a different way. What we're gonna do is, and a lot of people are gonna say this, you're gonna hear this a lot: relationship building. You want to build relationships with any institution, especially financial institution that you want to get involved with. But credit unions and certain banks in particular, and Navy Federal is definitely one of those institutions. With Navy Federal, I'm gonna go right to the elephant in the room. They love direct deposit, right? They love direct deposit. So I wanted you to put that in the back of your mind when we go start right from the beginning. When you join Navy Federal, you have to open a savings account with $5. That's the only thing you need to open that savings account is $5. That $5 is your ownership into the credit union, because Navy Federal is a members owned credit union. Even though it's a federal credit union, it's a member owned federal credit union. So that $5 is your part of the ownership. So if you ever left the credit union, you get that $5 back. Now, so in saying that, now you have one account with Navy Federal and you're building your relationship. Where you go from there is, go ahead and open up a checking account. You can put $5 in that checking account, right? Just to start it. You can put $5 in that checking account to start it. If you want to make it your primary checking, even better, right? But just open up that checking account. From there, here I go. I'm gonna circle back. Put direct deposit in there. Put direct deposit into there, because they when they see direct deposit, that's pretty much proof of your income. They see how much money you moving in and out of there. Now, if you don't want to put direct deposit, that's fine too, because you might have another institution that you want to keep majority of your money at. And keep in mind, your employer can break up direct deposit for you. If you only want to put $100 going there every week, every 2 weeks, whenever you get paid, you can do that too. But if you don't want to put direct deposit, that's fine. Just make sure you're running money through the account. Do you have to keep the money in the account? No, you don't. Like, you don't have to do it, right? And I personally don't recommend people to keep money inside of accounts that don't really earn anything for them. So what I would tell my viewers to do, run the money through there and then transfer that money right over to whatever high yield savings account that you can find that you're comfortable with, that earns money for you, and put the money over there through there. But the thing is to let Navy Federal see that you're running money through the account.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're somebody who, let's say you had discrepancies on your credit, you might have had some late payments. At one time you had a bankruptcy or something like that, and that time has passed. You're starting to build your credit a little bit. That little bit of relationship could get you in the door, but they have things like you can add a secure loan, right? You can add a secure loan over at Navy Federal. A secure loan basically is just an amount that they lock into one of your accounts. You could choose between your savings account and your checking account. They'll lock that amount in, and you basically pay yourself back. But it reports. Navy Fed calls it a pledge loan, but it reports as just a general loan. It just reports on your credit report as a general loan. Now, you are going to pay some interest on this loan. I can't recall off the top of my head the amount of interest, but it's very small.
Yeah.
And these loans can go anywhere from $201 to whatever you want it to be. Right. And the higher the loan, the longer you can have the loan go for. I would recommend anybody to go for more than $201. And if you do, maybe up to $1,000, no more than that. Because the purpose of the loan is just so that you have an installment loan on your credit profile. That's the only purpose of that loan. Majority of the people, you don't need a pledge loan. You need a checking account, that savings account, that direct deposit, or run money through there. You need a savings account, the checking account, direct deposit, or run money through. Those are the majority of things you need to build your relationship with Navy Federal. And I can almost guarantee it. Now, don't come back and be like, Sledge, man, I did all of this and I got declined, man. But I could almost guarantee you, if your credit is moving in the right direction, you have somewhere around a 600 or better credit score, you can get in with at least Navy Federal Go Rewards card, Cash Rewards card. You might need to put a little bit more work in to get the flagship or the More Rewards, which is their card that's on their Amex system. But those other cards, the Navy Federal Platinum card, which is a balance transfer card, it has a low interest. You might have to put in more work to get the flagship or the More Rewards. But those other cards, if you follow those simple steps, savings account, checking account, direct deposit, or run money through there, I will almost guarantee you that you can get into the Navy Federal Credit Union.